Earth's evolution in 10 minutes. Was it really a Big Bang that birthed our Mother Earth, or was it more? We all know about the Big Bang Theory. No, not the sitcom, the cosmic bang that happened billions of years ago. Apparently, that was how planets were born. Among them was our dearest Earth. But is that so? Hey there, Earth enthusiasts! Welcome to our cosmic journey. Today we're diving deep into the Earth's evolution, from a rock in space to the beautiful blue orb that we call home. Buckle up, because in just 10 minutes, we're going to uncover the incredible story of how our planet went from meh to magnificent. Over the past billion years, Earth has been through enough traumas. From being hit by asteroids to crashing into planets and freezing over several times. You name it. Honestly, it's a wonder how our little blue planet has survived through it all. But hey, it's tougher than it looks. This is the story of our planet Earth. So picture this. About 4.6 billion years ago, our rock star planet was just a cosmic dust bunny. Yeah, Earth was basically the teenager's room of the universe, messy and full of potential. This all started when our solar system began to peep its way out of a cloud of dense interstellar gas and dust. This cloud kept collapsing into a giant swirl of matter. From there, it only got hotter, and hotter, and hotter, until hydrogen finally fused into helium. And then, well, say hello to our sun. Baby Earth was just on its way soon after the birth of the sun. Now, once this blazing star was born, all the matter from the farthest end of the spiral began to clump together. These clumps were practically the seedlings for the planets and moons of our solar system. As more and more clumps fused together, they began to grow bigger and more spherical. All the clumps from the cooler region of the solar system were mostly ice, gases, and liquids. These rocky materials then began forming the inner planets like Mars and our beloved Earth around 4,550,000,000 years ago. However, this infant Earth was incredibly active, and not in a good way. It was like a cosmic pizza in a scorching hot oven. That's what it felt like during the Hadean Eon, a time so hot that even pizzas wouldn't stand a chance. Its volcanic eruptions spewed out gases like hydrogen sulfide, methane, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. There was practically no air. Instead, these gases made up almost all of the atmosphere on our planet. Safe to say, the conditions on our Earth were extremely uninhabitable. There was a sea of fire from molten rock, and the surface temperature was an alarming 4,700 degrees Celsius. That's about 8,500 degrees Fahrenheit. You wouldn't find land, but magmatic oceans back then. Whoa, what a hot mess our Earth was. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, early Earth was constantly bombarded by giant asteroids and comets. Poor Earth took quite a hit for us, folks. The story moves forward as our Earth finally experiences a massively violent collision with a planet called Theia. As large as the size of Mars, Theia casually slammed right into our poor Mother Earth. Maybe she was out for a walk and didn't see Earth in her way. Who knows? With this epic collision, our young Earth threw chunks of matter all around its orbit. Luckily for us, gravity came into the picture and bound these chunks of matter together, therefore giving us our magnificent moon. Okay, hold on a minute. Can you imagine how back then, a day lasted only 6 hours? I'd practically sleep my life away. Now, initially, our Earth was a boiling rage of hot gases, but around 3.8 billion years ago, our planet started cooling down for the water to condense and become liquid. And many say it was the asteroids that helped our planets become gradually covered with water. In fact, one theory even suggests that asteroids carried with them a tiny amount of water and delivered it to Earth. Maybe the water of Earth's oceans actually came from outer space. Still, the very first ocean then covered this young Earth into a water world. However, life still wouldn't have survived since there was no oxygen or ozone layer to block the ultraviolet radiation. As far back as 2,800,000,000 years ago, almost the entire surface of our home planet was covered with oceans. The temperature of these oceans ranged from 55 to 88 degrees Celsius, or a whopping 131 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. This is when life first started. Here is a surprising fact. Some fossils are thought to be 3,500,000,000 years old. It could be that life on Earth began much earlier than we know of. The earliest forms of life on Earth were microscopic organisms. But nearly a billion years after that, many gigantic organisms changed the course of the world forever. Then around 2.4 billion years ago, our first photosynthesizers, called cyanobacteria, evolved. Finally, a sign of oxygen to make this planet more hospitable. Now, remember, Earth didn't stay as water for too long. It soon gave rise to continents, including the very first, called cratons, from the ancient ocean. As more land rose from the ocean, the very first supercontinent emerged. Valbara wasn't exactly a supercontinent. It was just a small baby. However, 1.1 billion years ago, another supercontinent was born called Rodinia. It was a real supercontinent, perhaps the largest one to cover the Earth's surface. Wait just a minute, we have a twist in the story. Unfortunately, Rodinia broke apart and formed a new supercontinent called Pannotia. Later on, between about 520 and 485 million years ago, an explosion of new life happened. This is what we call the Cambrian explosion. During this period, animals evolved with hard body parts like shells and spines. You might have heard of the alien-looking trilobites. They were pretty famous in this era. As we move forward, around 440 million years ago, the climate suddenly started to change. The temperature of the ocean changed dramatically, and the Earth met with its first massive extinction event, the Ordovician-Silurian extinction. It wiped off the majority of life that laid the foundation for the current ecosystem today. It's a price they had to pay. Sorry, folks. Somewhere between 420 to 350 million years ago, the first tree greeted Earth from its soil. Now, 250 million years ago, Earth was covered by our last vast supercontinent, Pangaea. Sadly, it was during this period that the Great Death happened. Earth faced yet another mass extinction event. Huge amounts of greenhouse gases and accelerated global warming wiped out about 90% of all species on Earth. But, well, it paved the way for what would come next. And then, cue the dinosaurs, the real headliners of Earth's prehistoric concert. These giants roamed the stage from around 150 million years ago, stealing the spotlight with their epic performances. It was a dynamite show. But alas, all good things must come to an end. Enter the asteroid, stage left. It crashed the party, sending shockwaves and wiping out the dino rock stars. Talk about a rock and roll tragedy. This is also where Pangaea broke up into the continents we know today. Further down the story, about 6 million years ago, the earliest known humans started walking the Earth. With the dinosaurs out of the picture, it was time for mammals to take center stage. This species was called Sahelanthropus, but they still walked on all fours until about 4 million years ago, when the first humans began to walk upright. A million years later, they developed the first known tools. About 800,000 years ago, our story sparked when humans discovered how to control fire. They used it to cook food and provide themselves with heat. Their brains continued to evolve rapidly. They also learned how to interact with each other and their surrounding world. Then, between 40,000 to 15,000 years ago, all other human species, besides Homo sapiens, went extinct. And yes, that makes us, Homo sapiens, the kings and queens of Earth's evolution. Now, as we take a giant leap and jump ahead to about 250 years ago, we might see the Industrial Revolution. If you were walking the Earth at that time, you would see everything from major technological to socioeconomic and cultural transformation. Our human population also continued growing. By 1804, we had reached 1 billion people, and today we have over 8 billion people. Earth's evolution is the ultimate Cinderella story. So there you have it, folks, Earth's evolution in a cosmic nutshell. From a hot mess to a dazzling gem, our planetary home has truly been through the ringer. It's the kind of story that makes you want to give Earth a standing ovation. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember the incredible journey that our Mother Earth has been on. And remember, it's time for us to step up, be the Earth's superheroes, and protect this cosmic masterpiece. Until next time, keep looking up and stay curious. After all, Earth is not just a rock, it's a rock star. Keep on rockin', planet Earth.